네, 감사합니다. 감사합니다.
Hello everyone, welcome back to TodayNewsKWave Chanel. That morning, Incheon International Airport was filled with the din of suitcases scraping against the floor, flight announcements echoing from the loudspeakers, and sunlight shining through the large glass terminal windows. Amidst the bustle, one figure caught everyone's attention. Seo Changbin, the charismatic rapper from Stray Kids, was finally making his first trip to the airport alone. Not with the members, not in a large entourage with staff, but completely alone for an event that had many stays curious. This news had been circulating since the night before. His large Twitter fanbase had been abuzz with rumors that Changbin would be traveling solo, and that morning it proved true. Fansite cameras were already at the arrival gate, and some even stayed up late to ensure they didn't miss this rare moment. Changbin had often been seen at the airport with Stray Kids, but the atmosphere of being alone was completely different. There was an aura that made him seem more mature, while also exuding a cute side he could never hide. Wearing an oversized black hoodie, blue jeans that fell neatly over crisp white sneakers, and a mask partially covering his face, Changbin strode confidently. Even so, his bright, round eyes remained visible, as if greeting everyone who looked at him. Fans surrounding the terminal immediately cheered softly, some trying to restrain themselves so as not to disturb their idol. But from the way Changbin gave a brief wave, it was clear he wasn't bothered. In fact, he looked happy and smiled shyly behind his mask. There was something adorable about the way he carried his suitcase. It wasn't a large one, but a medium-sized one, black with a small doll hanging on the zipper. Fans who saw it immediately suspected it was a gift from a fan, or perhaps something he had bought himself as an accessory. This small detail only further emphasized Changbin's cute side, which contrasted with his image as a tough rapper. As he walked through the airport corridor, he stopped several times to check his direction. Occasionally, he glanced at the flight information board, then looked down at his phone, perhaps checking departure details. This simple moment brought smiles to many people's faces, as it's rare to see a major idol, usually surrounded by staff, looking like a regular traveler trying to navigate the airport alone. There was a memorable moment when a small child and his mother accidentally walked past Changbin. The child stared at him for a long time, perhaps recognizing his face from a television or YouTube video. With a natural reflex, Changbin bowed slightly, waved a small hand, and smiled. The child laughed shyly, while the mother politely thanked him. Fans who witnessed the incident immediately squealed softly at how sweet the interaction was. This is Changbin's cute side that always makes everyone around him melt. On the other hand, Changbin's cool charm is also undeniable. Although he appears relaxed, every step he takes exudes an aura of confidence. The way he carries himself, from his facial expressions to his style of dress, makes him look like a superstar. Even in a simple hoodie, he looks stylish, proving his charisma is natural. One brief glance is enough to make many cameras shake in admiration. Changbin took a moment to sit in the waiting chair before checking in. He removed a small earphone from his hoodie pocket and connected it to his phone. It wasn't clear what song he was listening to, but his expression was calm. He occasionally nodded slightly, as if following the beat. Fans peeking from a distance could sense the aura of a true musician emanating from him. Perhaps he was listening to a draft of a song he was working on, or simply a favorite playlist to accompany the journey. This detail made the moment even more special. When it was time to check in, Changbin walked to the counter with a steady stride. The airline staff member who served him appeared professional, but couldn't hide a smile of admiration when they realized who was standing before them. Politely, Changbin handed over his passport, then accepted his boarding pass with a brief thank you. He performed small gestures, such as bowing deeply, without hesitation, demonstrating his humility despite his status as a major idol.
다들 안 주무시지 않았어요?
네, 설레서 못 잤어요.
After passing through immigration, Changbin was seen walking again with his small suitcase. This time, fans waiting in the lounge area got a closer look. Some shouted his name, and he waved back. There was one moment when he nearly tripped over someone else's suitcase, but with quick reflexes, he lifted his suitcase slightly and smiled awkwardly. That small reaction actually made everyone around him laugh. In adorable. Changbin truly combined cool and cute auras at the same time. As they approached the departure gate, the atmosphere grew increasingly crowded. Fan sites set up large cameras with long lenses, trying to capture every detail of Changbin's expression. But amidst all the commotion, Changbin maintained his friendly demeanor. He paused for a moment, lowered his mask to give the camera a full smile, then raised it again with a polite bow. Within seconds, the moment went viral on social media platforms. The photos immediately spread with proud captions from stays. This first solo trip through the airport was more than just an ordinary trip. For Changbin, it was a small step that demonstrated his independence and maturity as an individual. For fans, it was a chance to see a new side of their idol, a human side rarely seen when he was in the shadow of a larger group. There was a mix of emotions: pride, emotion, and, of course, a growing sense of love. When he finally boarded the plane, fans could only wave from a distance. But that brief moment left a lasting impression. After the plane took off, Twitter timelines were filled with photos, fan cams, and stories from fans gathered at the airport. Every little detail was discussed. From the hoodie he was wearing, to the stuffed animal in his suitcase, to his smile at the little boy, everything felt precious. For Changbin himself, this solo trip might be just one of many he'll embark on in the future. But for Stay, it was a historic moment. They got to watch their favorite idol grow, learn, and become more confident navigating the world at his own pace. Cool and cute, those are two words that will forever be etched in their minds when they think of that day. And behind all that, there was a deeper meaning. This trip wasn't just about an idol at the airport. It was about the relationship between an artist and their fans, about how every small moment can become a big memory, about how a brief glance, a simple smile, and a wave can connect the hearts of millions of people around the world. Changbin may have been walking alone that day, but in reality, he was accompanied by the love and support of thousands of Stay who were always by his side. And so it was Changbin's first trip to the airport alone. For others, it might have been just another departure moment. But for Stays, every small step Changbin took was a precious piece of history. From the way he pulled his suitcase, the fleeting smile that appeared behind his mask, to the warm gaze in his eyes, all of it made us fall even more in love with his cool and cute figure. This journey showed that even though he's a big idol, Changbin is still a human being who grows, learns, and dares to walk at his own pace. And the beautiful thing is, we as Stays can witness every step of the way, support him from afar, and celebrate every little moment together. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you'll always be the first to know the latest stories about Stray Kids and Changbin's special moments. Also, let us know in the comments what your favorite part of this trip was, and how it made you feel to see Changbin so cool yet so cute just the way he is. See you in the next video, and remember, wherever Changbin is, our love and support will always be with him. Stay strong, stay together, Purple Heart.